I'm 59 years old, and I need to tell you something before it's too late. Not for me, I only have 4 months left. For you, I have $7 million, 3-bedroom condo with an ocean view, retirement accounts, investments, properties, more money than I could spend in 3 lifetimes. And I'm dying completely alone. No wife, no kids, no friends, just money. And money doesn't care if you live or die. You think you're building security. You think once you hit that number, once you make partner, once you retire, then you'll focus on relationships. You're wrong. And if you don't listen to what I'm about to tell you, you're going to end up exactly where I am, rich and alone. My name is Richard. The doctors gave me 4 months, end-stage liver cirrhosis. Decades of 70-hour weeks and stress destroyed my liver. And my biggest regret isn't that I'm dying at 59. It's that I have $7 million and no one to leave it to, no one who cares, no one who will miss me, no one. And that's my fault. Let me tell you how I got here. Because if you're telling yourself you'll slow down later, if you're choosing work over the people in your life right now, if you think relationships can wait, you need to hear this. It started when I was 24. I got my first real job at a financial firm in New York. The pay was good, the hours were brutal, 80, 90 hours a week, but I was young, I was ambitious. I told myself this was temporary, just a few years to get established. Then I'd slow down. I never did. By 30, I'd been promoted twice. I was making 6 figures, bought my first apartment. I was on track. That's what everyone told me. You're on track, Richard. You're going places. I met Susan when I was 32. She was a nurse, kind, patient, everything I wasn't. We got married a year later, and I remember at our wedding, my best man made a joke. He said, "Susan, I hope you like eating dinner alone because Richard's married to his job." Everyone laughed, including me, including Susan. We shouldn't have laughed. The first 5 years of marriage, I told myself I was building our future, working hard so we could have the life we wanted. The house, the cars, the security. Susan understood, or at least that's what I told myself. But she didn't understand. She was lonely. She'd make dinner and I wouldn't come home until 10. She'd plan weekends and I'd have to work. She'd try to talk to me about her day and I'd be checking emails on my phone. I thought I was being a good husband by providing, but providing isn't the same as being present, and you can't deposit a paycheck into the emotional bank account of a marriage. We never had kids. Susan wanted them. I said we should wait. Wait until my career was more stable. Wait until we had more money. Wait until I could take time off. We waited, and one day, Susan was 42, and it was too late. The doctor said her chances were low. She looked at me in that office, and I saw something in her eyes I'd never seen before. Not anger, worse, resignation, like she'd finally accepted that I was never going to choose her over work. We divorced when I was 47. 12 years of marriage. She didn't ask for much in the settlement. She just wanted out, wanted a chance to build a life with someone who'd actually be there. Last I heard, she remarried. Some teacher. Makes maybe $60,000 a year. They travel, they have dinner together, they're happy. And I'm here, alone, with $7 million and 4 months to live. After the divorce, I threw myself into work even harder. What else was there? I had no wife, no kids, no real friends, just colleagues and clients. Work was all I had. So I worked 70 hours a week, sometimes 80, weekends, holidays, didn't matter. I made partner at 50. Huge achievement. Big bonus. Everyone congratulated me. I celebrated alone in my office with a bottle of scotch. That's when the drinking really started. Not every day at first, just to unwind after long weeks. 1 drink became 2, 2 became 3. Scotch at the office, wine at home. Whatever helped me sleep. Whatever made the silence in my apartment less deafening. At 52, I had my first health scare. Chest pains, Went to the ER thinking it was a heart attack. It wasn't, just stress. The doctor told me to slow down, change my lifestyle, reduce my hours, cut back on alcohol. I didn't listen, took a week off, then went right back to the same schedule, because what was I going to do with free time? Sit in my empty apartment and think about how I'd wasted my life? Work was easier. Work was familiar. Work didn't remind me of what I'd lost. 3 months ago, I started feeling sick, tired all the time, pain in my side, nausea, my skin looked yellow. I ignored it, too busy. Big client needed attention, major deal closing. I told myself I'd see a doctor after. Then one morning I collapsed in my office, woke up in the hospital, and that's when they told me end-stage cirrhosis. My liver was failing, years of stress, years of drinking. It had finally caught up with me. 4 months, maybe less. The doctor asked if there was someone he could call. Family, a friend, anyone. I gave him my lawyer's number. That's when it hit me. I'm 59 years old. I've spent 35 years building wealth, and there's no one to call, no one who cares, no one whose life would be significantly different if I died tomorrow. I have colleagues who'll send a card, clients who'll find someone else. That's it. Last week, I sat down with my lawyer to update my will. He asked who I wanted to leave everything to, and I just stared at him. Because I don't know. I have no wife, no kids, no siblings. My brother died 10 years ago, and we barely spoke anyway. My parents are gone. I have $7 million and no one to give it to. My lawyer suggested charities. So I'm leaving it all to organizations I've never heard of. Strangers will benefit from 35 years of my life. People I'll never meet will use money I killed myself earning. And that's fine, I guess. Better than the state taking it. But it's not what I wanted. When I was working all those hours, I thought I was building something. A legacy, a future, security for people I loved. But I don't have people I loved. I have money, and money doesn't care if you live or die. I've been thinking a lot about the choices I made. Every Saturday I worked instead of going to the beach. Every vacation I canceled. Every friend's wedding I missed. Every Sunday I spent in the office instead of living my life. I thought I was being responsible, disciplined, successful. But I was just scared. Scared of being ordinary. Scared of not being the best. Scared of admitting that maybe there was more to life than climbing a ladder that leads nowhere. I have a memory that haunts me. I was 38. Susan wanted to go to Italy. She'd been planning it for months. Got the time off from the hospital, booked a hotel, was so excited. 2 weeks before the trip, a major client had a crisis, needed me to stay and handle it. I canceled Italy, told Susan we'd go next year. We never went. We divorced 3 years later, and I never saw Italy, and now I never will, because I have 4 months left, and I'm too sick to travel. That trip would have cost maybe $5,000. I now have $7 million, but I can't buy back that week with Susan. I can't buy back her excitement. I can't buy back the marriage I destroyed by always choosing work. Money can't buy back time. That's what I'm learning now, too late. Every hour I spent at the office, I was spending my life, spending the only currency that actually matters, and I spent it all on work, on accumulating wealth I'll never enjoy, on building a life no one wants to be part of. I look at my bank statement sometimes, all those numbers, and I think about what they represent. Missed dinners, canceled plans, broken promises, hours and hours of my life that I traded for numbers on a screen. And for what? So I could die in a luxury condo by myself? I called Susan 2 weeks ago, hadn't spoken to her in 8 years. I don't even know why I called. Maybe I just wanted to hear a familiar voice. Maybe I wanted to apologize. Maybe I was just lonely. She answered. I told her about the diagnosis. There was a long silence. Then she said, I'm sorry, Richard. I really am. Her voice was kind, sincere, but distant, like she was talking to an old acquaintance, not someone she spent 12 years of her life with. I asked how she was. She told me about her husband, about the trip they just took to Portugal, about their garden. She sounded happy, actually happy, and I realized she built the life I should have built with her, just with someone else, someone who showed up. Before we hung up, I said, "I'm sorry for everything, for not being there, for choosing work over you, over us." She was quiet for a moment. Then she said, "I know you are, Richard. I forgave you a long time ago. I hope you can forgive yourself, but I can't, because forgiving yourself requires believing you didn't know better. And I did know better." Susan told me. The doctor told me. My own body told me. I just didn't listen. I chose money over life, over and over and over again. I'm sitting here now, looking at my ocean view. It's beautiful. Cost me a fortune, and I don't care. I'd trade this whole condo for one evening with someone who actually wanted to have dinner with me, for one friend who'd sit with me while I'm scared, for one person who'd miss me when I'm gone. But there's no one. 2 days ago, I did something pathetic. I went to the coffee shop downstairs, not for coffee, just to be around people, to hear conversations, to feel less alone. I sat there for 2 hours, watched couples talking, families laughing, friends catching up, and I realized I've never had that. Here's what I need you to understand. If you're working 70 hours a week, if you're telling yourself it's temporary, if you're sacrificing your relationships for your career, stop. Stop right now. I did exactly what you're doing. I told myself the same lies. Just a few more years, once I make partner, once I hit this number. The goalposts kept moving, and before I knew it, I was 59 and alone. You think you're building security. You're not. You're building a prison, an expensive, empty prison where you'll die alone wondering why you worked so hard for money you can't take with you. Your career will not hold your hand when you're dying. Your bank account will not cry at your funeral. Your success will not remember you fondly or miss you or wish you were still here. Only people do that. And if you don't invest in people, real time, real presence, real love, you'll end up like me, rich and alone and full of regrets you can't fix. I have 4 months left, maybe less, and I'd give every penny of my $7 million for just one of those hours back. One dinner with Susan, one Saturday at the beach, one vacation I didn't cancel, one choice where I picked life over work. But I can't, because time doesn't work that way. You can't buy it back. You can only spend it, and I spent mine on the wrong things. Don't make my mistake. If someone's waiting for you at home, go home. If someone wants your time, give it to them. If you're choosing between work and life, choose life every single time. Because one day, maybe sooner than you think, you'll run out of time, and all the money in the world won't matter. The only thing that'll matter is whether you have people who care, people who'll sit with you, people who'll miss you when you're gone. I won't have that. I'll die alone in a hospital room with nurses who don't know my name and doctors checking their watches. But you still have time. You can still choose differently. Look at your calendar. Cancel something that doesn't matter. Make time for someone who does. Call someone you've been too busy to call. Go home early. Have dinner with your family. Be present. Because I promise you, 35 years from now, you won't remember that meeting. You won't care about that deal. You won't think about how much money you made. You'll think about the people you loved and whether you actually spent time with them or whether you were too busy building wealth you can't take with you. Don't be me. Don't wait until you have 4 months to realize you wasted your life. Learn from my mistake while you still can. If this hit you, share it with someone who's working too much. Leave a comment and tell me honestly, are you sacrificing your life for your career? I read every comment. Subscribe for more final confessions from people who learned too late. New stories every week, and then close this app. Put down your phone and go be with someone who matters. Before it's too late, before you become me.